My name is Andrea Shapiro. I'm the founder and CEO of Second Chance's clothing donation program. Alongside our donors and community partners, for 20 years, Second Chances has removed barriers to success, empowered communities, and protected the planet, one piece of clothing at a time. Our 2 decades of good work paved the way for even greater impact, keeping clothing in circulation and continuing to support our neighbors. Second Chances has empowered thousands of neighbors in need by providing clothing that helps folks feel confident, valued, and ready to chase their goals. These outfits are more than just clothes. They remove barriers to success, offering dignity, self-expression, and choice. Second Chances helps its community partners focus on their core missions while accessing the clothing their clients need to thrive. By recognizing that today's donor could be tomorrow's beneficiary, our community-driven model unites donors, beneficiaries, businesses, and service providers, forming a powerful network of neighbors helping neighbors. 20 years ago, Second Chances was ahead of the curve in adopting circularity, turning waste into opportunity. Since then, we've diverted millions of pounds of clothing from landfills through recycling and reuse, reducing environmental impact while helping neighbors in need.
My name is Norma Egan. I started working with Transition House and Second Chances in 2008. I came from a domestic violence shelter in Springfield that I was in for about 6 months, and it was terrifying to be there with my 2.5-year-old son. And I was fortunate enough to get called for Transition House, and I was placed in an apartment with a few other women and their children. And I found that it felt more like a home than obviously the shelter. So I was grateful for that. But I was also ready to move forward with my life. My main goal was to find a safe place for me and my son to live and to get a job to be able to support my son. The biggest obstacle I faced was my impatience, and I realized that there's processes, and I had to work with systems and I guess let things happen naturally. Ronit and her staff were very patient with me and really helped me through the whole process. Elvis and I felt appreciative, obviously, the first thing when we received the clothing from Second Chances. I was grateful for everything that I was receiving. My son was so young, he didn't know where the clothing was coming from, but he loved it. He loved getting new clothes, and he loved his little skull sneakers and prancing around in his sneakers all the time. It was nice to get something like that, gifts for him, and it made me feel as though things were starting to normalize and I was moving forward with my life because I had decent clothes to wear. There's a sense of, pride when you look good, you feel good. The clothing that we received from Second Chances definitely played a big role in moving forward with our lives because I was dressing better for housing interviews as well as job interviews. So I think, when you are dressed more professionally and you feel better, you're exuding more confidence. So yeah, I was very happy to have the clothing that Second Chances gave me. My experiences from back then, 15 years ago, have definitely impacted where I am today. I was always a giver. I never thought of asking for help. I never thought I could ask for help. But I knew at that stage in my life that I needed help, and it was there for me. And I had these amazing resources through Transition House and Second Chances and the other agencies that I worked with that helped me get to where I am today. I finished school. I am in a job in my field of study, loving my job. I work for Cambridge Health Alliance, and I'm happy there. And my son is now 18. He is off to college. Wow, it's scary to even think of that, but he's off to college. Yeah, life has definitely changed over the past 15 years, but I know that the help that I received from Transition House and Second Chances helped me to provide a better life for my son.
Since 2005, Second Chances has delivered empowering clothing, shoes, and accessories to our most vulnerable neighbors. reaching folks of all ages and genders during some of the most challenging moments in their lives. Together with our compassionate community, we've supported more than 7,400 people, distributed 17,000 pairs of new socks and underwear, and reused and recycled over 3.2 million pounds of clothing and textiles locally. Thank you for working with Second Chances to empower people, cultivate community, and protect the planet.